This is One on One. Steve Adubato here. More importantly, we are here at the Cooper Medical School of Rowan University. We're here with our good friend, Dr. Ali Houshmand, who is president of Rowan University. Good to see you, Mr. President.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about where we are, why it matters, and what's coming here in Camden.
Well, where you're sitting, if you draw a circle of radius of 15 miles, you will have a total of 7 medical schools. This is the largest concentration of medical schools in the world. So that's one opportunity. The second thing, if you look at the way technology is growing and the way that the new economies are being created, more than 50% of the current jobs that we know about are going to be gone and going to be replaced by new technologies. And the full concentration of the future of economy in this country is going to be life sciences, where medicine and engineering and sciences intersect.
The life sciences center. Come and talk about that.
Exactly.
What is that?
So that means that in areas of healthcare, in the area of food production, in many areas of drug delivery, in the way of generation of regenerative medicine, there are huge possibilities, and therefore you're going to see economies being created, you're going to be jobs being created. Therefore, meds and eds are at the heart of this.
Meds and eds.
Yes.
Break that down a little bit.
Well, the education part of it obviously it trains the future of the nation. When you bring the medicine in here and the biology and biological sciences into this thing, now you create the opportunity to think about new economies. How, for example, think about as the world population is growing, how are you going to feed the world? There are not going to be farms out there. The world energy and water is depleting. Therefore, what's going to happen? You're going to see these vertical, stackable kind of inner city farms that are going to produce food. You're going to see these labs next to medical schools that can literally grow meat. Instead of having a cow growing in a farm, you're going to see a filet mignon being growing literally in a lab. And that's how the food is going to be.
It's a game changer on so
many levels. It is absolutely a game changer.
I know it's a cliche,
it has to be.
But it is.
But it has
By the way,
to
tell
be.
folks, physically behind us is where the center is going to be.
Absolutely.
In the heart of Camden.
Absolutely. That's where the research is going to be. Rowan just committed, the Rowan board committed $50 million seed money for research over the next 10 years. That is a major investment on our part, all of it for Camden.
So why does that matter so much that, quote, all of it's for Camden?
Because this is the way in which we can use the existence of the medical school as well as Rutgers Camden, as well as the investment from the state to build this magnificent facility, to bring the scientists and engineers together in a center that is centralized, in a place that is centralized, has access to all the brain powers over across the river in Philadelphia, as well as in Stratford and Rowan. So you really are in a very centrally located, where the resources are available, the infrastructure is available, access to transportation and everything else. And here is the way where the minds and the brains of all these scientists and researchers come in here and spending that money, you can come up with a whole host of new discoveries. Whole new economy is going to be created. Whole new technologies.
What would it mean for Camden?
What's that? What does it mean? It means job, it means industry. Think about, for example, one of the areas that our researchers are going to work are going to be material engineering and biomedical engineering. Where, think about, for example, our researchers in medicine develop new devices for called artificial limbs. Let's say, somebody wants to replace a knee. Right. Artificial knee. And there are many technologies. Imagine that the latest technology is developed in here. One of the problems that these artificial devices have is they're prone to infection. Now, our material scientists are working on materials that could prevent that infection. Imagine that becomes a technology and a whole new company is created in here and then becomes a worldwide distribution of these new devices. So think about the jobs. That's one possibility.
And the economic development in this town. I was saying before, we were just speaking with Congressman Donald Norcross, born and bred in the city and the role of the federal government and all that. I was saying as we come in to this community, all the things you think you know about Camden, and you see the medical education, you see what's going on, you realize there's tremendous energy here.
There's tremendous amount of energy. This is what's happening in America. Whereas in the past, people would kind of created these massive malls and people would drive to the stores. Now the malls are becoming far less popular and people are coming into inner cities. Cities like Camden with the size of 80 or 90,000 are going to become amazing places.
Well, what's the role of Rowan in all this? But also you're partnering. Dr. Houshmand was on with a group of other college and university presidents talking about the future of higher ed. And one of the things that struck me was we were talking about the difference between collaboration and competition. Dr. Houshmand said, by the way, go back on our website, steveadubato.org, check out that show. You were talking about there's a lot of competition, but there's collaboration because Rutgers, Camden, partnering with Rowan in all this. Yes. Collaboration.
Absolutely. Collaboration is important because when you're talking about the research and discovery, these are the things that happen organically amongst people who have got the abilities and the desire to do research and discovery. And then no politics and anything is going to kind of enter into that. Eventually, the faculty members...
You can't get caught up in turf.
No, exactly. Eventually, the faculty of Rowan and the faculty of Rutgers and the Coriell Institutes and MD Anderson and Cooper,
Camden
they get together.
College, right?
Camden get together and put their brain together and use the seed money, use this magnificent facility, and they do amazing research. It's going to happen.
And no one can do it alone.
Nobody can do it alone. In fact, it's impossible to do it alone because you know, if you really want to get the maximum bang for your bucks, and if the state or the federal want to invest their money in order to get the maximum bang, you want to do collaborative research. You want to do multidimensional research so that the impact of that research is huge and is impactful. You cannot give millions of dollars to one individual to sit down in a lab and do what I call hobby research. Research has to be impactful, has to have a direct result in the economy of the country.
And quality of people's lives.
Of course, that's what it means. Because ultimately, when you talk about economic development, it directly impacts people's lives.
You know, before I let you out of here, and by the way, we're collaborating with the folks at Rowan University and trying to tell the story. This is interesting. We have two series, one on innovation in the state, the other one on the future of healthcare in the state. This series of interviews we're doing falls into both because there's innovation.
Absolutely.
And the future of healthcare. All tied together.
All tied together. In fact, the future of healthcare, especially healthcare organizations...
Is this the future of healthcare?
It is. What it is because unless the healthcare organizations do both research, teaching, and delivery together, all three of them. In other words, you cannot be a just hospital.
So we're just going to be a hospital.
You cannot be that. You have to do innovative research. Otherwise, people will go to seek help from the places that do the latest discovery.
They're going to go across the river to Philadelphia.
Absolutely. That's
They're going to go up in North Jersey. They're going to New York.
Wouldn't you go do that if God forbid anything happens to you? Go for the best.
Exactly.
Everybody would.
And is there any reason why New Jersey can't have the best?
There is absolutely no reason. We have all the brain power, all the institutions, and all the infrastructure. It is only the desire and energy of the people that need it, and the support of the community. I think this community has tremendous amount of support because there are leaders in here who are passionate about the growth of this city.
So you need government. We're, again, talking about Congressman Norcross. You need the federal government, you need the state government, you need local government understanding.
Absolutely.
Because they can throw up a lot of obstacles.
Steve, as you know, all politics are local. You really need to have all the local people. Yes.
That's right. Former House Speaker Tip O'Neill said that in talking about Ronald Reagan at the time, back in the 80s. He goes, all politics is local. Yeah. It's true, right?
Absolutely.
And compromise is a good thing.
Absolutely, it is.
Dr. Houshmand, I want to thank you for not just helping to tell this story, but the collaboration that's going on here. Thank you, Ali.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 30 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, Wells Fargo, ADP, New Jersey Sharing Network, Atlantic Health System, New Jersey Resources, and by NJM Insurance Group. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.